Okay, so I'm crying, and hopefully this doesn't surface all over the internet. But today is my birthday. It's my 12th house perfection year, and I'm honestly starting this year off with crying. Um, yeah, so I'm just gonna make a 12th house perfection year, and over the next years, I'm gonna do these videos. I'm gonna do these videos because I don't think people honestly know what happens during these years. I think a lot of astrologers talk about it, and I think we have a lot of examples. But I want to know what this year is like in real time, and obviously, like, I'm crying right now. Today is literally my birthday, right? It honestly feels like the fucking void. It does. I don't want to go through no form of depression or whatever. I don't. I'm eating a acai bowl. And, you know, uh, you know, whatever is in your 12th house is just going to be activated. And for me, I use both tropical and Vedic astrology. In tropical astrology, I'm a Scorpio rising. This puts Libra in my 12th house. In Vedic, I'm a Libra rising. So this puts Virgo in my 12th house. Right now, I won't get too in detail, but I'm dealing with a health scare. Virgo energy rules health. But I'm also dealing with, relationships with people coming to the surface and how people truly feel about me. And Libra, the 12th house is about your hidden enemies. Yeah. And for me, it's bad. I don't feel good. Just a few years ago, I was 18. Now I'm 23. So time flies. It flies. That's the first thing. But honestly, though, if I'm being honest, one of the things that I, said to myself, I was just like, I hate myself in a way. And, I don't hate myself. But it's so funny because I got hired at this job and I was actually supposed to start today. And the reason why I didn't necessarily start the job today is because, one, I'm out of town, but two, I don't have the balls to go back home and go be of service in a hospital to sick people when I feel sick myself. I am going through something, and I literally just started applying to different jobs because I'm just like, I need to work from home right now. I need to be isolated. I'm not ready to come out. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to. So my health is going to be very important this year. Eating me a little acai bowl. My relationships. I got to walk away from people. And I'm going to title this YouTube 12th House Perfection Year. Or I'm actually just going to title this channel The Profection Years. And I'm recording this on my laptop. So, I don't know what this is going to look like, man. But I'm going to do it. Now, sometimes on my computer, the videos don't record. I'm going to do me a reading tarot for my birthday at the end of the day. One thing I realized, though, is that I feel like balance is eternal. And it's like, even though you could be going through something, because my thing is, if I'm working from home, I can travel out of the country. I can go out the country. Like, I don't have to make this year boring or bad. But I also feel like this year, I might meet my person. Like, I might meet my soulmate. And I say that because my DK, obviously in Vedic astrology, my Dada Kataka is in moon. What's activated this year for me is my moon. My moon is in Virgo, and it's in the 12th house. And as a Libra rising, Virgo sits in my 12th house. So my moon this year is actually activated. So interestingly enough, even if I feel alone, even from like a tropical perspective, you know, being a Scorpio rising, one of my relationships are probably going to really deepen, is going to come to the surface. And if it was once something that was against me, it's going to turn around and it's going to support me. Because the 12th house is hitting enemies, you know, and it's this weird void that the 12th house feels like. It feels like a void. Like, it feels like, look up the void theory. That's actually what I'm going to call this reading, the void theory. Because that's what this literally feels like, if I'm being honest with you. Like, it literally feels like the Chariot in reverse. It feels like there's no more fighting. Like, it feels like a defeat. It feels like letting the negativity win and letting the negativity drown. And, like, if I'm not mistaken, this is going to be a focal area where I'm going to need to heal. And it makes sense because, like, my daughter Karka being in moon, being in Virgo, being in the 12th house, it makes sense to why my partner serves as like this healing individual. Because, like, me, the type of person that I need, like, when I go through stuff like this, I don't need somebody that's like, that can't necessarily nurture, that can't meditate with me, you know, that can't go into the spiritual realms with me. You know, like, I don't need someone that can't go there with me. And it is starting to make itself very clear to me. And, like, I think with me, I'm not even a big sexual person, and a lot of people never really understand that. But in Vedic astrology, you are your moon. I'm a Virgo moon. Virgo is this energy of, like, the maiden, the virgin. She's this person that's, like, unencumbered. She's not doing anything with anybody. Like, she's a woman, and she's not promiscuous. Like, she's not doing anything at all. Like, she's truly pure. Like, she's pure. And it's so funny though, because Pisces is this energy where it's like bed pleasures, and it's like a piece of me really enjoy pleasures, but it's like, it either has to be like, I'm either very, very sane, very pure, or I'm like completely engulfed. There isn't any like half and half of me. Like, I don't do casual. You know what I mean? I don't do casual. I need it to be like, I need it to be deep. Like, I need it to be there. And honestly though, like, oh my gosh. I guess I just feel terrible because, like, one of the closest people to me, we are going through something right now. And it's bad. Like, it's actually kind of bad. Ew, I hate when I have like snot and I try to like sniff it up and then I like taste it in my throat, mucus. Like, that's disgusting. A banana. They put every piece of fruit in this thing. One thing I haven't tasted is a banana. They put everything else in here though. So, I'm almost certain that I'm gonna meet. Also, too, my partner. It's a possibility that they might be in a foreign land. I just need to figure out where I'm gonna go. For real. Like, at this point, I would take a position in another country. I swear to you. Like, that's literally how it's feeling. Literally, the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm actually looking for work right now, but I'm looking for work, like, somewhere else. It feels very dark, honestly. And, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Like, I think if I'm being honest, I want to work from home, and I think I'm gonna just move out of the country. Also, too, like, I have an astrology page. Last year I only had like 300 followers. Now I have 11.5K. Literally, look. So honestly, the way that I'm feeling is like I just want to take my studies and, you know, what I'm doing, I want to take it to like a very high level. And I really do pray that the person that is for me joins me on this journey somehow, some way. Otherwise, I feel like everything that I do this year, you know, is going to be almost a reflection of the way that I need my partner to be. Like, even in astrology, Vedic, it says that my partner, I need someone that can travel with me, someone that can travel the world with me, someone that can, you know, come with me on my little journeys and, you know, but I don't know. I hope. And honestly, though, it would be great even if it's just a friend, just somebody that like has the freedom or range to do that. But I do feel like this year is gonna be one of liberation. If I'm being honest, I don't think it's anything that can get me to go into that job. I don't think it's anything that can get me started into working that job. If I'm being honest with you, I think you just get to a point where you know what you need, and there is really no way to ignore it. Because the thing is, the 12th house is the house of the subconscious. So something that could have been like avoided and ignored a long time ago, or just deep in my subconscious, is now coming to the forefront, like harder and more than ever. The Three of Pentacles in reverse, I mean, this is again like walking away from collaborating with people and wanting to just master myself. It's very interesting though, because there is one person in my life, the person who I'm not talking to right now, and the thing is with this person, they've actually told me all of these things before I can even recognize these things. And if I'm being honest with you, I just want to know how this person knows that. And a piece of me is like, wow, or, you know, are you my person? And I do believe that sometimes we run into people and they are like, I don't know, could be my person. Sometimes I like try to run away from it though, because sometimes I feel like whoever might be for you isn't necessarily who you have in mind to be for you. Like, you might see orange, but what's for you might be yellow. And just by knowing that, it catches you off guard, because you don't know what it's gonna be. You don't know how it's gonna show up. Like, you simply don't necessarily know. And it's like, well, if you know something that I don't, well, what is it that you like? It's just a lot when considering dealing with other people and not. But again, this is me. This is like, without me going through this 6th Virgo energy in the 12th house, healing myself, you know, doing that deep self-reflection, almost without my partner, there's just a side of myself that I don't necessarily see. And I mean, this person has said all of these things, but then even from like a Scorpio perspective, it's just like, well, I didn't even know you were the person that I was in a relationship with. Not that me and you weren't talking, or me and you weren't necessarily dealing with each other, but more so like, I didn't understand the depths of this relationship. I didn't feel it. Because when you put anything in the 12th house, it's in your subconscious. You don't necessarily know about it. You know what I mean? Like you don't know. But I know now, and that's so funny to me because like there's just some things that I know and that I just can't necessarily put my fingers on. It's just some things that you just know. You become like this. You just become adept in this mastermind. The queen, the king of pentacles. I mean, the king of wands. You just become this mastermind to your circumstances and everything that's happening around you when you're ready to accept it. I think the one thing I probably will like about this year is the ability to integrate all the pieces of myself. While the 12th house is this year of like isolation and you know, these personal subconscious might even be some mental health, you know, deep spiritual healing, liberation, moksha, nirvana, you know, seeking type of energy. At the same time, on the opposite side of like you doing all of this, I think there's a lot of gold at the bottom of the sea, at the bottom of the ocean. And I think that if you can master and accept all of these, you know, these truths in this year, I think that even for me, I feel that this year can probably be one of the best things that ever happened to me. Because sometimes we're waiting on something external. And I think when your Dada Kataka is conjunct to whatever perfection year that you're in, I honestly think that you may realize what to look for, you know, in your person. And I think that's a very powerful place to be because you know what to accept and you know what you need. And I think sometimes because the 12th house is also the house of Pisces, Venus is exalted in Pisces. And a lot of people don't necessarily realize it, but the reason why a lot of people are isolated with their lovers is because love can be isolating, especially when it's love is all and you feel like you have everything you need. It's as if it's like, why wouldn't I isolate myself? All I need is you, right? All I need is you. I met a guy in his 12th house perfection year, and he spent a lot of time with me. He fell in love with me, and, you know, we were in love with one another. But it's just like one of those things where it's like, all I need is that thing, you know, that love, because Pisces is, you know, extremes. It's either this extremely big void, extremely dark, deep void, but then there's also this opposite side of Pisces energy where it's also this capacity to have these flowing waters, which can actually represent love. And this is another thing too, because in everyone's subconscious, in everybody's like abyss, you find something differently. You find something different. And for me, I honestly, like I said, with this King of Wands, I might just find all of myself. And you know, everything happens for a reason at the end of the day. And what might look crazy or scary for someone else, I think it's brave to jump into the ocean. The Three of Cups, yeah. And sometimes you need to jump into the ocean. But what happens when you jump into the ocean and you realize that you're a mermaid, right? You realize that there's other mermaids out there. There's other people out there. There's other things out there that's just like you. And some of us think that, you know, the 12th house or just Pisces energy is like deeply isolating. It's not. For the longest, the way that I think that no one really gets the way that I think. But if I'm being honest with you, sometimes it's not that people don't get us or understand us, but if we can't necessarily show ourselves for who we are, how are we going to meet people in what we are? How? And sometimes the void and that feeling is the things that we've been avoiding, because at the end of the 12th house, what's the real gag is that you needed to spiritually experience this. You needed to be made aware of this. You needed to go through this isolation so you can see this part of yourself that no one was able to see. Because I'm going to tell y'all, I resonate with tropical astrology, but let me be honest, I resonate with Vedic astrology because in my 12th house is Virgo energy, and that's actually about me needing to focus on my health, or me focusing on my health in private away from people. And that is one thing that I struggle with. I have very bad anxiety, very, very like terrible anxiety. I've been working on my nervous system. It's terrible. It's terrible. It is terrible. And it's something that I have to work on. And I know that there are people out there just like me. And I know in return what needs to be done is showing up for who we are and our best selves. And I know at the very least, even if in the moment right now it seems crazy and I seem a little rebellious, away from people, I just got out of my 11th house perfection year. And I think that's what the 11th house perfection year does. Aquarius energy, Aquarius, the 11th house perfection year, and just Aquarius and 11th house placements, it gives you the courage and the energy to detach. So when you get to the 12th house year and you get to see the combination of everything, and for me, this is even in alignment with the numerology of the year. Like, it's a 2025 year. This is a 9 year. This is a year of completion. So for me, I feel this energy double. I'm a life path number 9. So it's almost as if I move through things very fast, but my sun is in Gemini, right? That's just a given. I have no choice. I move fast. But even with Virgo, Virgo is ruled by Mercury, the fastest moving planet. So this is how I get down. The 12th house gives you a completion and a combination of everything. Aquarius energy gave you the ability to keep the aspirations and what can go far and what will supersede against everything. But also what you need to essentially detach from. My nails, they're this like cute blue green type of teal type of color, and I've been working on my throat chakra. Literally all the cards here are blue and green except this one card, this Dreamer of Wands. So it's giving air and earth. These are energies that I've talked about, but essentially, you know, that crown chakra, that ability to reach that moksha, that nirvana. And for me, it feels good. And look, I don't even have my teeth in right now. I got a surgery last year. And yes, I have like a retainer, and I even got like Maryland bridges that they can like permanently put in. But if I'm being honest with you, this is another thing that I think comes out of the 12th house year. Depending on what's in your 12th house, anything that is hidden, or anything that is, like for me, I have Virgo there. This is something that needs to be fixed. I typically don't really care to hide it from people, but I'm not also trying to like overly show it. The 12th house is about everything that's under the surface now being made evident. It's not that you weren't aware, or it's not that you didn't necessarily know it. It's more so just like, this is what has to be done. And this is how it's going to be done. And it's going to be done through true rawness. The 12th house year is about rawness, and it's about humility, and it's about authenticity, and it's about the ability to detach from everything you were attached to and go within and face everything inside of you. The 3 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. I love this because, and then the 10 of Pentacles. All it takes is for you to be brave enough to face your demons. And if you can face your demons, when you go back to that first house perfection year, life is great. I'm gonna face mine. Peace.